Hail and welcome to Shoemaker's Hall, a video series of the Austria community. Today we're going to take a few moments to talk about one of the sagas, specifically Eigil Saga. I just finished reading it. Great manuscript, number one. It's considered one of the best sagas around, a masterpiece of the works. It's focused around Eigil and his family. The saga takes place over the course of about 150 years, mainly in Norway and parts of it in Iceland. Eigil himself is motivated by family and justice. His feud with the kings of Norway shows this over and over again. His main goal in life is to make sure he gets justice for his family, specifically his wife and his sons. He is described as not an attractive man, but huge and massive and very powerful. He is a poet of unsurpassed renown and a master of runes. This is also specifically shown in the saga when he uses runes on more than one occasion. Not only does it show the practical use of runes at the time, it also shows the hazards of using them incorrectly, especially toward a woman who is a friend of his daughter, and he helps bring her back to health by using the runes correctly. When it comes to his family, he is loyal to no end. He knows no bounds. To his friends as well. When one of his most beloved sons dies, he basically falls into a brooding stupor and goes to bed for a very long time, to the point that his daughter comes and decides she wants to die with him because they can't live without his son. She convinces him at that time to write a poem, which he is a master of prose, and one of the most famous poems he's ever written comes of this part of his life, an ode to his son, who drowned tragically on a trip when he went out Viking. It's interesting to me to see the end of Eigil Saga, especially considering how everyone was wanting to die in battle and die heroically. And Eigil lived out his life and died an old man, blind, but somewhat happy. In fact, he even takes his treasure and hides it, which some of it was never found. It's interesting to me to see how he handled things, especially when he was in a position of power. He went to a thing to make sure his son got justice, and no one was going to stand in his way. To me, the things to take from Eigil Saga is, number one, loyalty should know no bounds. It shows, like Frith, certain people are owed loyalty more than others. If you are wronged, even by someone in a position of power, you must take steps to make it right. Eigil did this on more than one occasion. I've only read a few sagas, but I have to say this is by far my favorite. To me, Eigil is up there with the likes of Sigurd and the Volsung Saga. I definitely want to read it again and again. It's definitely worth the time. I read it in the book The Sagas of the Icelanders, which I've had for a couple years now, but I'm just really getting into the meat of. Here's the cover for those of you who have not seen it. Very good book. I'm loving it. It's also contains many more sagas, and I can't wait to read them and get a chance to talk to you about them. That's it for now. Definitely take a look at Eigil Saga. It's a couple hundred pages long, but definitely worth the read. And I hope to see you around the web. Have a great one.